Hello everybody, Giltar here. I'm actually posting this as a video response to rrobbert184's 2Rs2B's question about, how did you get into Gundam? For me, it lies with these two models from 1996. How I got into Gundam was actually, it comes down to one person, my uncle. One of my uncles came over during, I think, 1997, the summer of 97, over to my family's home for a summer visit. And I was around 10 or 11 at the time, and my younger brother was about 4 or 5. And we got this gift of the 8MS Team model kit from my uncle. And I put together the RX-79G ground type Gundam, and my brother put together, and I helped him on the Zakuto, the MS6J type, and it was great fun. And my uncle also brought things like, he had on videotape the 8th MS Team series, I think Gundam 83, some other anime. I think he might have had Char's Counterattack as well. And he also, for me specifically, he brought this huge 1:100 scale, what's called full action, you can see it there, full action model. It's the new Gundam, and I still haven't assembled it. I remember when I got it as a kid from him, I thought these model kits were very intimidating. There's nothing compared to this full action kit. It's not like anything as daunting or complex as modern day master grade kits, but as a 10-year-old kid at the time who was just fine with the complexity of these high grade kits, I was daunted. So actually I found that recently in my closet when I was cleaning it out when I got home for the holidays, and it was like finding gold. So I can't wait to put that together and get that all assembled and painted. But yeah, my uncle got me into Gundam at the time in the late 90s. I think Gundam Wing was either already out or coming out, so I, like many other kids during that decade, that part of the decade, were aware of Gundam, but I never actually really got into it. Just I didn't pay a lot of attention to it. I watched it from time to time, Gundam Wing that is, and then I moved on for a few years. And recently, as a young adult, I've gotten back into collecting. Like many kids, I would get toys and whatnot, but it wasn't until this last spring and summer where I sort of dived right into Transformers action figure collecting, and also into modeling. I really like working with my hands, so these model kits are definitely a great way for me to sort of satisfy that part of my I guess preference or personality. I'm also an aspiring artist, so I like to someday work in like concept design, that field, and really get involved with like video games, movies, whatnot, but anything involving something more fantastic, like these types of futuristic robots. So that's another sort of reason why I sort of gravitate towards Gundam. Now, as an adult, I got back into Gundam by watching Gundam 00. I watched through the whole series and really enjoyed that. And then I went right back to square one, ground zero, with Mobile Suit Gundam, and saw how the whole franchise started, and I really enjoyed that. I'm more of a Universal Century person, though I love all aspects of Gundam. Everything I've seen so far I really enjoy, from the designs to the fiction. Even things like Turn A Gundam, which is pretty, I guess, controversial in the Gundam community, the fandom. I like that. I like the designs. The fact that Sid Mead contributed to the designs there, for me, as someone who's into concept art, I know Sid Mead, and it's really cool to see someone making that crossover into like anime and the Japanese sort of pop culture fiction. It's really neat to see someone like Sid Mead get involved in that. So for me, that's one big reason why I like Turn A Gundam, and I don't think the designs are that bad. I like them, but I like anything Gundam, so I guess I'm pretty biased. So yeah, actually I've gotten into Gundam, as of late. I've only started modeling in September or October, early October, so I've only been shortly in the modeling scene, but I'm really enjoying what I'm doing so far. It really helps to get a lot of their video reviewers like rrobbert184, Prime92, and other great YouTubers out there putting up reviews and modeling information. So I really like that aspect as well, the online community on YouTube and online forums. I really enjoy that as well, just being able to speak with other people who enjoy the same hobby and hobbies that I do. Now, one thing I'm trying to do as an adult now is that I'm trying to recapture a bit of my childhood. I'm working on getting a hold of the ground war set of both RX-79G and the Zaku 2 MS6. I haven't been able to find a good source for these models aside from eBay, which really jacks up the pricing for. They really make it really expensive by putting up the shipping. So I'm going to try to get the more recent versions of these two mobile suits in model form. I think both of them were released a couple of years ago. I know the ground war sets are just basically upgrades of the RX-79G that came out a couple of years ago, and as well as the Zaku 2 there. So I need to get both of those ground war sets so that I can have them side by side with these old sort of version 1 first generation high grade models. I'll get the high grade Universal Century models as well. But yeah, that's how I got into Gundam, or rather back into Gundam after a few years. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see and read other people respond to rrobbert184's question. Thanks again.